Hey guys, thank you for getting me to 150 subscribers. And as a 150 subscriber special, I'm going to be doing a deep dive into the classic and pre-classic era of Minecraft. We're going to be covering almost every version in this video, between the earliest version and the last classic version. And maybe one extra in-depth version. But before we get started, I would please like you to like and subscribe, because my dream is to get to 100,000 subscribers, and that might be possible by the end of the year. So if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. This is the first publicly available version of Minecraft in the Minecraft launcher. The building controls, aka left to break and right to place, have been swapped in this version, and the jumping mechanics are also a lot different. There is no infinite terrain generation, just a giant slab of which should be grass on top, which there isn't for me for some reason, and cobblestone. The next version we're going to be covering is RD132328. This version is almost entirely identical to the previous version from this gameplay I recorded here, but I can see caves which I don't recall being in the previous version, but probably were. I just didn't see them, so I'm just going to add caves to things that are added in this version, even though there's earlier versions that have caves that we don't have access to. I also discovered the respawn feature, which respawns you in a random area along the map. This version also adds the first mob to the game, which is just the Steve skin that flailing around arms, and that's really it for this version. For 3 of these versions I wasn't able to get them working, so I'll put the names of the versions that I wasn't able to get working up on screen right now. Finally, a version of Minecraft I can say I actually kind of enjoy and doesn't crash. This version of the game is a lot, better than what we experienced earlier, for it has basically a full creative game mode, semi-normal terrain generation, 42 blocks in the creative inventory, which is actually kind of surprising in my opinion, but a huge difference between the modern versions of Minecraft is that to access the inventory, you have to press B instead of I or E. But a huge issue in this version is that you can't try and load another world without the thing crashing. And the controls are mostly normal this time. This version of the game, 0.31, specifically version 200912223-3, is the exact same as its previous version. The only difference is it's actually able to be played, because the other one had issues downloading or something, I don't know. Which basically also is the reason why it's a lost version. The notable changes from 0.30 are that you have to press I for inventory. It's in survival mode. You spawn with armor and weapons in your inventory. There's score in the top right of your screen. You have a quill, and you have an arrow counter. I do not know how to shoot the arrows, but I know you can, because you can do it in the survival test of 0.30, which I haven't covered, which will be covered later sometime. Attack, defense, and speed stats. Item stack is 99 instead of 64. You have no hunger bar.
This is crazy.
You have to press F for fog and F5 for range acceleration. What the previous version of this version 0.30 added It added torches, grass can grow in dim lighting, saplings do not decay in dim lighting, and changed the side of the texture of water. Also, leaves produce shadows. Also, there's this weird mob thing, which is kind of cool, I guess. This version of the game, InDev 201000223, while it doesn't open for me whenever I try to load a new world, it is the update that added paintings. It changed the recipe of bread to the bread recipe we have today. Cobblestone can now be smelted into stone. Wood now drops itself instead of planks. Sheep only drop light gray wool when punched. And armor now cannot be stacked. As I said, it freezes up and crashes for me whenever I try to actually load the world. But I think it's an interesting version. Minecraft InDev 201000618 is the Minecraft update that added rails and minecarts. But unlike the modern versions, minecarts are basically just minecart chests and can store items in them. The sand/gravel falling entity was also added, so it looked like there was more realistic falling. And obsidian now drops itself instead of dropping cobblestone once mined or whatever. It also has a higher blast resistance than it did before. It originally had the same blast resistance as stone. There was a bug where logs would not generate on the top of the tree, which was fixed in this update. And falling in the void will now kill the player. The sky is also a bit darker. So thank you guys for watching this video. It was really fun to make, and I plan on making a video on the alpha and beta versions. But I'll go more in depth with those than I did with the InDev Classic and Pre-Classic era. If you enjoyed the video, it would mean a lot to me if you subscribe. My dream is to hit 100,000 subscribers. I already said this earlier, but if you like the video, please consider subscribing.